Hello there, and thank you for tuning in. My name is John Harder, and I'm making this video for the GoLink team of ONPASSIVE. And you'll find this video a little bit interesting, I think, because I've made many videos before about programs where I had very little and sometimes maybe even zero confidence that the program would actually really be a good, uh, how should I say, a good fit for people who are truly seeking an honest way to make a living online, or, just make extra money online, but doing it with a company that is trustworthy, that's not here today and then gone tomorrow or something like that, but something solid. And another thing that that I have found is that through the years that I've been promoting programs, and some of which I really had good confidence in at the beginning when they came on the scene, and I had, you know, I knew some of the people who were involved and stuff, and I had good confidence, or thought I did, and then in the end it didn't work out anyway. They disappeared. Some of them, they grew very quickly. They grew very big very quickly. Some people made a lot of money, and then the program disappeared. And the internet has now come to a point where, or I shouldn't say the internet, but people, they have come to a point where they hardly trust anything on the internet. Uh, when you talk to people about making money online, it's almost like as if you're from another planet, because as far as basically, as people are concerned, unless you do some kind of home type of job for, like a representative of a company like Apple or Amazon or something, and you do a being a support agent for them or something like that. Well, anything else is basically considered a scam. Well, you know, and not everything is a scam. Not everything is a scam, and this is what makes things very interesting right now, because there is no need to hype, to try to make a hypey video. There's no need to try to convince anybody about joining something online. You see, the ONPASSIVE, the program that, not a, it's far more than a program, but the platform that I was introduced to about a year ago. I've been in it just about a year now. I didn't check the exact date, but it was just after Christmas when I got involved. And right now it's just after New Year's, so I believe it was between Christmas and New Year's, uh, a year ago, when I got involved, or when it was introduced to me and I became a founding member. I didn't know the program at the time, or I keep on calling it program, but I didn't know uh, who was behind it really. I mean, of course, I quickly learned that there was a man by the name of Ashmafara, but I didn't know him. Um, I knew the dear gentleman that I didn't know him either, but I got to know him. He was one of the first people that I got to know was Scott Nelson, and and but it was and just hearing him explain on passive was it gave me such confidence because he didn't use hype, and that gave me so much confidence. And of course it taking much longer. uh, I have to admit, I there were times when my confidence sort of waved a little bit. I wasn't sure because I have been online for 15 years, and I've tried many different programs. I have had some programs where I had, quite a few people involved, some friends and so on, and then it fell apart. The program disappeared. Other programs, there have been many which I realized that they were just hype. Um, and I don't even need to really talk about those. There was one very recently I was talking to someone about on passive, and being kind of impressed that we already had nearly 50,000 uh, GoFounder members. Well, he threw a program at me that he said, well, they've got 1 million already, and just by what the program was about and so on, uh, I would predict that that program is probably going to be online for about maybe another 4 or 5 months, at most, likely a year. And but he threw that at me and said that they already have 1 million members. Well, once you've been online for 15 years and have been involved in the programs that I've been involved in, I mean, I am sure some of you that are watching or listening to me on this video, you will realize that you likely have had similar experiences. And I've made money. There have been a couple of years where I made actually quite a bit of money, at least in my opinion. And but I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. The first year that I made more than 20,000 online, I thought that's quite impressive, but it cost me more than 20,000 to make that money. So did I make money or did I lose money? Well, that's a good question there, eh? It certainly is an expensive school. But all of that is changing now. All of that is changing now. And this is what I meant when I said this is an interesting video. This is a change from something so unstable, from an internet where we could not trust basically any business that we would try to get involved in because you never know, and to actually something that is once and for all solid. Okay, so ONPASSIVE. Now, ONPASSIVE, in short, it is an information technology company. But there is much more to ONPASSIVE than just that. Because for once, here we have an opportunity where we can have a set it and forget it. Literally, we can have a set it and forget it income opportunity here. Now, let me explain that a little bit. Now, I know since OnPassive is an information technology company, well, that means we can use OnPassive to market any company, any business that we might have that we or are involved in. It doesn't have to be our own business, but anything that we're involved in or that we personally have. Now, that is great, and they are. I mean, these are tools that are bar none. These are tools that you've never seen before that OnPassive brings on the scene. But there is something else about OnPassive, and this is what is impressive to me and many others. Now, here is like basically when you get started with OnPassive, you can you get access to tools where you can build an online business, or you can start promoting a business that you already have. If you have a conventional business, you can definitely use OnPassive to promote your conventional business online. But then there is another part of what OnPassive has with it. And this is what makes OnPassive very attractive, especially to people who have been online for years and have tried to make an income and maybe made a little here and there, like myself, but then lost it again due to program just simply falling out. And we don't need to talk about what the reasons may be. It's all speculation anyway, because we don't really know why these so-called companies just disappear. But nonetheless, you know, you build a bit of a business, and you know, just when you think now finally things are going all right, then the program disappears just like that. And this is where OnPassive is different. And how can I say that when it hasn't even launched yet? Well, I can say that for several different reasons. And one of them being the owner. Now, I haven't personally met him. I would love to. I would absolutely love to meet Ashmafara personally, and it will be. I will be excited when I do. It's going to be awesome because I believe I will meet him sometime. But I have now learned to know a few of the people, like with Victoria Lee, and of course there was Scott Nelson and some others that know him personally, that have worked with him before in other programs, and that know very much about Ashmafara. And that gives me the confidence to make this video. Just because I have learned to trust these people who I have only learned to know online here through the fact that I've been invited to be a founding member or a founding member of OnPassive. But what is OnPassive more than just than the IT company that I was mentioning? Well, when you look under the hood, there you have a artificial intelligence that is programmed right into this platform that goes to work for you the minute you plug in whatever it is you plug in, like whether you are plugging in to promote your online business, whether it's a conventional business, or whether you just, maybe you don't have a business, maybe you don't even have uh, any interest in owning an online business. You just want more money. You just want to be able to make some money that at the moment maybe you don't even have any use for the tools. Now, I'm kind of throwing that kind of far out there because myself, I can't wait to get my hands on those tools. But I have invited some people who just don't even have a desire to work online, but they want to make the money. And so I'm assuming that there are more like that. And if you are one of those people, well, I have good news for you. I have good news for you, because once you set this thing in motion, once you set up, once you plug in, I should say, and and uh, and you get it going, that's it. You are set on a course of an income for the rest of your life, an ever growing income that will grow for you for the rest of your life. And not only that, you can then also will it to someone else, to maybe your children, maybe your grandchildren, or a friend, or whoever. You can then will that income stream to on to someone else when you leave this life. So does that sound like an income, an opportunity that is worth joining? Well, to me it was and is. Now here is this is the ecosystem, and here you can um, maybe zoom in the video, or maybe you can just take a close look and read each one of the things here. That's the tools. That's the ecosystem that ONPASSIVE brings to the table when it comes to marketing. This is the stuff that I said I could hardly wait to get my hands on, and once it launches. But then, like I said, there is so much more. I know sometimes when I talk to people about it, I invite people or whatever, they're like, oh, I don't even know how to use I don't even know how to use a computer. Well, but in the meantime, they do operate a cell phone. Well, you don't have to have a computer. You can do this from a cell phone. You can set this up, and once you do, the artificial intelligence goes to work for you, and you start making money. It starts creating an income for you, and that income will grow, as I mentioned already, for the rest of your life. That is what ONPASSIVE is all about. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm making this video for GoLink team, for the GoLink team of ONPASSIVE. Okay? Well, the GoLink team this is just a website that I put together, that I have set up articles that are SEO optimized to get a lot of traffic from the search engines. And by joining GoLink, you can have the opportunity to be a participant on that traffic. Now, as I mentioned, that your income stream will start growing, and it will grow for the rest of your life. That's great. That is really awesome. And if you have the patience, if you're not in any hurry, and you want to just wait for that stream to grow, which it will, no doubt, there's no doubt about it, that's awesome. But if you want that stream to be a lot bigger and sooner, then plugging into GoLink.team just might be a great idea, because you just might get quite a few signups through that. And when you do, on ONPASSIVE, and the system is very simple. It's a very simple system, and when you become a free member, inside you can there join ONPASSIVE. And then, of course, if you want to have, in your downline, when your team builds in GoLink, well, then you need to upgrade your link inside. Okay, and then this system also works automatically for you, like ONPASSIVE does, and gets you extra signups. Okay, all right, so that's basically it. That is how this system works, and if that is what interests you, well, then you can just go to golink.team and create your free account. The link is also in the video below if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for watching.